Topic is She Marches, She Returns, She Transforms, Building a Diverse Talent Pipeline in the Industry Systematically. This topic will be taken by Sonika Aaron, CEO of Marching Sheep. She is the founder and managing partner of Marching Sheep, one of the India's most recognized HR consulting firms specializing in diversity and inclusion, emotional well being, bespoke learning interventions, and progressive HR practices. Under her leadership, Marching Sheep has been consistently acknowledged for its impactful work, ranked among the top 25 HR consulting firms by Business Connect, top 10 by Silicon India, and nominated by UN Women among the top 30 firms in India for its community impact during the pandemic. Can we have a huge round of applause for Ms. Sonika?
Good afternoon. I know it's post lunch, but you all know what I want. It's only the front, मतलब मेरा motivation अभी आप Gen Z के motivation में अटके हुए हो. What about Gen X motivation? Preeti was speaking about, from the age of 24 to 35, children believe that their parents know nothing. My son is going to turn 18. He has already thought we know nothing for the past 3-4 years. So, all right. बहुत ठंडा applause था. Thank you. So now just to get where you all are in your attention span, how many of you enjoyed your dessert? Bas, the rest did not have dessert? Too crowded? Okay. You did not even go and take a peek? My God, you missed on ras malai and gulab jamun and chocolate cake and ice cream. FOMO हो रहा है किसी को? How many of you had at least 2 of those desserts? Keep your hand up. How many of you, अरे hand ऊपर ही exercise हो रही है. How many of you had gulab jamun? नहीं, left hand up ही रहेगा जिसका up था, अब right भी ऊपर हो जाएगा. And now if you had ice cream, you can go up and clap again. So everyone, my name is Sonika. I am the founder and CEO of Marching Sheep. I started the firm in the year 2013. Please don't go by the year, I'm still a Gen Z at heart. So I was heading HR for Philips in 2012, and then I decided enough of politics. Let me do some work. So, so then I started Marching Sheep. I started it as a solopreneur, and it's now been 13 wonderful years. We are right now operating in more than 50 countries. We have more than 400 clients. That slide is a bit dated. And we have 6 verticals. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is about 60% of our work. But we also work in the space of OD. We do talent management and leadership development. We have a completely separate vertical called 21 Marching, in which we work with organizations on people with disabilities inclusion, starting from infrastructure audit to role mapping to sensitization to hiring. That's the only recruitment we do, so no job applications, please. And the last one, जो आजकल बहुत, Hindi is okay with many of you, most of you, some of you. आजकल जो बहुत कुछ चर्चा में है is Posh Plus Plus, right? So these are the things that we do, but most importantly, we are a purpose-driven organization. Our purpose is to make a difference to people's lives and careers. In fact, I was having a conversation with somebody over lunch, and I said, you know, my biggest pain point when I was on the other side was that a consultant would come in, a good consultant would come in, do a big bang intervention for 2 days. And at that time, you know, party bhi hoti thi, sham ko. Seriously, right? So, but the only thing that I would be left behind with would be a bill. No change in behavior, no outcome, no competency shift, no productivity shift. So when we started Marching Sheep, we said, whatever we do, there has to be a tangible shift. And therefore, a lot of our work comes from having interacted with the communities we work with. So we have spoken to to people from all the 21 disabilities, their caregivers, their employers. We work a lot with transgenders. We work with acid attack survivors. And that is what makes us grounded in our work. We know what is happening. We don't use ChatGPT to give our solutions. Of course, we use it a little bit. We have to stay with the times, na? So every new thing we have to try. So, you know, people over here, and again I was speaking, and people here are at different stages of their DEI journey. There would be some people who would say that, यार अभी तो हम women पे अटके हुए हैं. Correct? But along with that, there is intersectionality of Gen Z also. There would be Gen Z women also, na? So we conducted the largest empirical study on inclusion of women in India, and we linked it to a very tangible business outcome: profit after tax. We said that everybody wants to hire women, everybody wants women at leadership positions, but is there any impact that we can measure? And we found something very interesting. Out of 840, and this year about 1100 companies, we found that in 8 out of 10 sectors, there is a positive correlation between the most diverse organizations having a higher profit after tax by at least 50% from organizations which were the least diverse, only for women. The numbers for PWD were very small and hence statistically not viable. But you know what? Normally, we talk about a pyramid. Representation of women in the workforce in India is in the form of an hourglass. We have women entering the workforce and are there at the entry level. They are also there at the board level. Can anybody tell me why? I don't have chocolates, but just tell me why. No, there is a reason. That is one reason from the woman's side. For the companies, why is it that there are women on boards? It's a legal requirement. At least, what is the percentage? Should have at least one woman at the board, and if you can go up to 33%. And in most cases, and please don't kill me for this, if you are working for a promoter-led organization, most of those, that 1 or 2 women on the board would be wife, sister, mother, daughter, niece. Yeah? So we found that while women are entering the workforce, women are there on the board, it is in the middle where there is a problem. We found that 63% of those organizations have 0 women at key managerial positions. 0. So, now let's have some fun. Have you all heard the term diversity hire? Who typically is a diversity hire? I am looking for a CHRO. I want a diversity hire. Yeah, I have a person with disability, very good candidate. No, I want a woman. Diversity hire. So then I also said, out of my 11 people in my team, I have 2 men. They are my diversity hires. Okay. Mompreneur. You know, I get this call, International Women's Day is coming. We want to put out an article for, mompreneur. I said, great. But first you take my husband as a dadpreneur. Nahi, nobody takes. Don't you men feel bad? You should feel really bad about it. You don't have any terms. Working women. How many of you men here are working? बहुत अन्याय है. Woman leader. Working mom. How many men here have kids? अब देखो डर के मारे हाथ भी नहीं उठा रहे. ये तो सुना ही नहीं होगा. But how many of you are men leaders here? How many of you are working men here? ये सारी labeling one side के लिए क्यों? Now this might be fun, but this has serious implications. Okay, before you look at this side, let's first look at that side. Who can tell me what is the sticky floor? Sticky floor, sticky floor, sticky floor. Arey yaar. How many of you have felt I am not, or a team member, as HR people, a team member is not willing to move or take on a role because meri shaadi hone wali hai, right now I am not in a position to take a call. I might be expanding my family. I will be moving with my husband. So right now I don't want increased responsibilities. Broken rung, ये तो सुना ही होगा. How many, and you can do this math in your organization also. Every time there is a first time manager, out of the pool of women that you hire at entry level, how many of them make it to FTM? And then from FTM to STM, second time manager. ये मेरी terminology है. नहीं, आजकल जेंसी को पता है, मतलब बहुत वो LMK. अभी one of my team members sent me a note. I have sent you your boarding pass. LMK if you need anything else. बहुत देर तक मैं सोचती रही है LMK क्या है. फिर मैंने कहा मैं भी अपने acronyms बनाऊंगी. Motherhood penalty and fatherhood penalty. Chalo, thank you. I was being kind. When I started my career, just yesterday, I was told that there is only one thing you need to be careful of in your career as a woman. I said, what is it? They said glass ceiling. And in the last 25 years, look at the number of terminologies they've added. Let's talk about tall poppy. Anyone knows what's tall poppy? Have you seen a nice garden like Mughal gardens? All the plants are manicured, same height. अब उसमें से एक बेचारा फूल थोड़ा लंबा हो गया, तो what will माली भैया do? And that is the tall poppy syndrome. How many of us have heard that a woman is too aggressive, the woman leader is too aggressive, she's too strong, she's too dominating, she's too demanding? Tall poppy. I remember I was doing a session like this. It seemed something on the slide hurt somebody. And they said, हमें ये joke वोक नहीं सुनना. मैंने कहा मत सुनो. So that, to my mind, was tall poppy. I mean, बुरा लग गया तो हटाओ. So then we said, okay, all those terms we understand. Now let's get more scientific about it. And we started mapping. Every professional has a personal life stage and a professional life stage which is going parallelly. Agree? Right? In the case of women, because of the societal conditioning, where a woman is considered to be the primary caregiver, primary nurturer, in many cases it becomes a bit of a challenge, and therefore different life stages may coincide with different barriers. And that is why we see that while we have a lot of women joining the workforce, by the time they reach the KMP, they tend to drop off. They might rejoin, but by that time, they have lost pay equity, they have lost on seniority, they have lost on continuity, they have lost on how committed is she? Are you with me? So we said that each one of these require a different solution. You can't just say, oh, we have a great women leadership program. सबको बैठा देते हैं उसमें. So the first one we said was a journey called She Marches. Now this addresses here. This is when most of the women start getting fatigued. Fatigued because they've been carrying the double burden for too long without adequate support, adequate ecosystem, adequate resources. And by resources, I don't mean money, I mean having a voice, mental well-being, support in the form of, a partner who is equally engaged in parenting, or flexible timings from the workplace. So we said that we need to work here. And this is a journey wherein we take 4 to 6 months. We work on mindsets, we work on behaviors, we work on changing the way a woman looks at her career, right? Then we said, these are some of the testimonials. Trupesh will kill me. He said, 20 minutes se zyada mat lena. I will take more than 20 minutes. So then we said second one. Okay, so here we said she returns. Now, a lot of organizations track when a woman went on maternity leave and whether she's come back or not. A lot of people say, we have 95% return, 100% return. Awesome. What happened to them after 18 months? Are they still there? Have they grown? Is their role evolved? Are they feeling a sense of belonging? So She Returns is a 2-year-long automated system which starts from the time of the disclosure of a pregnant woman and continues up to 18 months after she returns from maternity leave. The key players here are the woman herself, a buddy, a manager, a skip level manager, a coach or a counselor, and HR admin. It is one of the most powerful programs that we've run for huge organizations with more than 300, 500 women between the age range where they can go on maternity leave. And the ROI of this program is something you recover within a year. Okay, I've spoken about this. And then last but not the least. We were looking at data and we were looking at SheBox. And we realized that there are a lot of companies who have said they have 0 POSH complaints. That to us was the biggest worrying sign, because it means it is not that they don't have posh cases. It means that the environment is such that a person cannot complain. So that is where we said we have something known as a posh app. Now on the posh app, you can download it. You can put in any of your queries, and the posh will tell you which part of the act is relevant, what have been the latest case laws, and what are the implications given your posh policy. It can be used by a complainant, it can be used by a respondent, it can be used by IC. Interestingly, when we took it to any CHROs here? Don't kill me for it. When we took it to CHROs, they said,